welcome to the 25th episode of the Creative Masterminds podcast.
You know what it is.
Yeah, we got the quarter piece in this thing.
Yeah.
The Creative Masterminds podcast. You already know who you got in the house. You have Shawn in the house. You also have
Cast Thrive. What's happening?
Yes, sir. We are very happy to be here in your face. About to give you some game, some wisdom. All right. You already know how our process goes. We first start out with a week in review, and then we talk about our topic. Our topic for today is mental health, physical health, and spiritual health.
Bang, bang.
Triple threat. So
Believe that.
let's go ahead and hop into our week in review and talk about what we did for the week. Cash, you want to go ahead and start it off?
For sure. Yeah. Over the weekend, man, we just got back from San Fran. My birthday was last Monday.
Yes, sir.
So appreciate everybody for the well wishes and happy birthday. That was real dope. And, you know, I'm appreciative of that. So over the weekend, me and wife, we went to San Fran and chilled there. Went over to Oakland and, you know, just experienced the lifestyle out there on the West Coast.
That's cool.
Which was super dope. It was nice. The weather was a little shaky. It was a little cloudy or whatever, but a little drizzle here and there. But it was nice getting to experience like the downtown, to see all the nice spots out there. The Golden Gate Bridge. The got to see what's that? The old prison out
Alcatraz.
there. Yeah, Alcatraz.
Oh, you went there?
Nah, we were thinking about it. We were gonna do it, but then I was like, man, I don't know. I don't want to go. I don't want to go nowhere where there's people like suffering and spirits. So
I get. Well, it's funny because I went there some years ago.
You went to it?
Yeah, I went to it, and like me and my we kind of like. I was in a situationship at the time, and now of course I'm weighted up. I'm married, but but anyway, so I went there with a situationship, and we didn't really like it that much. We kind of stayed for like maybe 10, 15 minutes or whatever. And then hop on the ferry and hop back to the
got up out of there. Huh?
Yeah, because like, well, it was weird because they basically give you like these tape recorders or whatever audio recorders, players, and they have you listen to the tour guide and you walk through different cells and stuff like that. So it's like, we experienced it, but like I didn't like soak it in. I thought it was interesting that people actually like lived there. Like of course like the prisoners were there, but actually the guards were there and they had schools and stuff like that. I was like pretty interested to see, but other than that, I was like, okay, you know.
Yeah, and I was thinking like because you see it in movies and all that, so I was like, oh, it'd be dope that to say that I've been there. But then I thought about it, I was like, man, I don't know.
Yeah,
people were dying there and suffering. I was like, I don't want that spirit to come around me and all that. So
I might be hunting like a mud too.
Bump that. So we didn't do that. And so that was it for the weekend pretty much.
That's
Watched
cool.
the Super Bowl.
That's cool.
Came back, enjoyed the fam and stuff. So yeah, man, that was it pretty much.
That's cool.
Man.
What was the highlight you would say being out there?
The highlight, man, we ate at a lot of different restaurants. Food was real nice. Hit this spot called Hazel's.
Okay.
That was real dope, and they had videos of DJ mixes, but they had the videos of old school music and the videos. So that was dope, being able to see like the videos we don't really get to see anymore.
That's solid.
So Hazel's, that was a highlight.
Cool.
Yeah.
For me, I know I said like the project is like, well, I'll say by the time that this episode drops, the project We Are All Gods is going to be pushed to the streaming platforms. So what had happened? I went to go see my homegirl this weekend. She has a good ear, so I let her hear some of my beats. Really one beat in particular, and she made a note, or she noticed that some of the frequencies were a little bit too harsh in the higher range area. So I went back into the lab to tweak those and fix those, and actually did that for not only that track, but for multiple tracks to make sure that the frequencies weren't too harsh, like on the ears for some people. Yeah. And so I think the mix sounds like really good right now. Like everything is really mastered, like for sure. It's like master. I mastered it last night, so it's really good to go. I just need to do one last chord test to make sure that it bangs. And once I get that final thumbs up for myself, it will be on the digital streaming platforms for sure. The digital streaming platforms for sure. And so We Are All Gods will definitely be available this week for sure. I know it's been a minute, but hey, man, it's a process, man. And the thing is, while I'm taking my sweet time with this, like I want to make sure that I get the foundation correct before I move on to the next level. Like for each mixtape, I have an objective. So like for this mixtape is to really, perfect that mixing and the mastering and make sure that everything sounds really crisp, really clear. I mean, like on the level of like Dr. Dre. And so I just try to, take my sweet time and really nail down the basics so I can easily become more efficient whenever I do my next project, which is going to be Volume 3, We Are All Gods. And so I might break it up where I do another type of beat tape with a different name. But the next one for sure is going to be We Are All Gods Volume 3. And I can't wait to release that.
Already level up on them.
For sure.
That's what's up.
So I did that for sure. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I'm so boycotting. So my homegirl, she like got super duper into like organizing her stuff, whatever. She watched this Netflix show called Tidying Up with I can't remember the lady's name, so I'm not gonna mess up her name. And so like I did M Night anyway. So I went to her apartment where I saw everything that was organized and kind of like sparked I had like an epiphany, like, oh shit, I really need to have my things organized to be more efficient, more effective. So anyway, she volunteered to come to our crib, I mean the wifey's crib, of course, and then like to organize her stuff. And she really helped me with mine. And so I kind of seen the light from like having my stuff organized, like all my clothes is like finally organized and everything. So now I'm on this whole organization kick where I'm organizing my beats. Like I have my beat tapes already organized in like volumes. Like basically they have folders like where they are already complete, or they seem like they are already complete, but like they're already in work. But basically I have my things organized to make me, make sure that I'll tackle these projects and have things like it's basically like a mental trick for myself that will help ensure that these projects get done. So
yeah.
So I'm into organization. I'm trying to get my studio together, get rid of all the old junk and crap, whatever, so I can get the booth ready so we can work on this tape pretty soon.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that. And what else, man? I had a photo shoot yesterday. That was pretty dope.
Nice.
Went pretty fire. I still got it. I'm super duper fire. Hit me up, Shawn Breeze, ShawnBreeze.com. Shawn Breeze on Instagram, of course. I'll say that later as well. But did that. So yeah, I've been like working. And tonight, of course, we are going to go back to the Green Elephant and to play some beats and to see if we can get some feedback from the crowd and then do that. So
yeah, we went to that last week.
Yeah, we for sure. Yeah, we do need to talk about that one. So that was like pretty cool event. We went to the Green Elephant. Cass knew the promoter or the organizer of the event.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got in and I played my beat. And it was an interesting thing. Like I played my beat, got my feedback. That's me. My bad. I need to turn my phone off. But played my beat, got some feedback, got some head nods. I didn't really get the reaction that I wanted. I want everybody to go like ape shit. So that lit a little fire in my belly. So I went back to the lab immediately that night and like fine-tune my beats and to have them like bang even harder. But then of course this past weekend when I got some more feedback, I kind of tweaked it some more. So yeah, it's for sure fire. Like I love it now. I love the sound of it. I think the beats have enough room for vocals. I think people can really shine my beats, so I'm very happy about that. But anyway, I talk too much. Let's go ahead and get into the subject.
And shout out to Siri who Records, the one that sets up.
Shout out.
Yeah, the open mic. So
yeah, for sure. So let's go ahead and hop into the subject, which is mental health, spiritual health, physical health. And I'm trying to figure out how we can even kick it off because we got these trifectas. So I guess let's start with the physical health. There, I can talk from my standpoint of like the importance of me being physically fit, and I can say like whenever I can say the time I realized where it is very important for me to be physical fit. Like one of the main first objectives I had like after leaving my job was to get physically fit. Like I got my ass into the gym because I got like super duper high up there in weight. Heard the hunger. You hungry right now?
Talking to me like.
But after work, after I left my job, one of my main things were to get like healthy physically. And the cool thing about it, like at the time, my wife was doing this program called Whole 30, so we were eating very good. So it made it very easy for me to eat, get physically fit really fast because I was eating good and I was working out. And so it's been a journey for sure, like from the time that I started working out like seriously from like whenever I left my job to like now. Like now, I actually have a routine where I work out like 4 days, at least 4 days a week, at least 4 days a week. I'm trying to bump it up to 5. Yeah, I want to bump it up to 5. I was thinking about maybe going to 6, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But today for sure, I did work out. I did like my 4.3 miles on the trail, whatever. But to me, it's like, working out is life for me. It is definitely what I need to like really get my blood going, really get my mind right, because it's just these chemicals that get released whenever you work out. And usually, like, I would say, to be honest, I overdo it. I know for sure. Like, I could be in the gym for like 2 hours, just going hard or whatever, because I love it. But if you're a person who's just not starting out, you can do something like just 10 minutes or 20 minutes on the treadmill or whatever. Just get your blood going, just get your mind right or whatever. And then you can hop out and be ready to take on the world. But like physical health is like very essential to me. And like, it's a process because a lot of things in the physical health world is like mental, especially running. Like a lot of times whenever I run, whatever, we think, or like a lot of times whenever we exercise, we think we can't do something. And a lot of times it's our mind like stopping us from doing it. And so like one of the main things I picked up from running is like to really overpower my mind. Like I would tell myself like, all right, I'm gonna do 2 miles, but then I would get to the 2 mile mark. Like, no, you can do more. You can do 0.5 more. Yeah. And then push myself, whatever. And so once I beat myself and push myself to that 2.5 mile mark, I realized like, oh, okay, I could really push myself further than what I could think. And so, working out, it's a game changer for sure. And a lot of successful do it. I mean, a lot of successful people do it in their day-to-day. From Damon Jones, who the owner of, I think he still owns Fubu. I'm not sure how that works, but Damon Jones, the guy on Shark Tank. Yeah. Who else? Gary Vee. You think anybody who's successful, more likely they're working out early in the morning or they're working out in general to make sure that their mind is going. Catherine Zeta-Jones, just like random people. But anyway, so Cass, go ahead and talk about how like how your physical fitness like helps you in your creativity and overall, I guess, become a more effective person.
Yeah, it is super important. I mean, the body is what the vessel we have to use for a lifetime. You know What I'm saying? You got these different little tactics that people use or whatever, but keeping it healthy, and with energy and the type of definitely the food we take in and all that. I was going to wait to get to that, but
go ahead.
Your
stomach growling, so you got to
the physical part of it, a lot of people do it in the morning or later in the day. You need to get physical it's good for the mental mind state as well, but it's just I love it because I've done it, from a child. Like I've been in sports and all that type of thing. Mm-hmm. So, but it's good for creativity. It's good for your body to get rid of toxins.
Absolutely.
And it's good just to be in that mind state of having a challenge in front of you and pushing through that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's good for appearance, of course. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it does help. Like, if you feel like you look good, you will definitely have more confidence, like in general, and you will actually push out that energy. Like that energy of your confidence will be pushed out, and people will notice it. People will recognize it.
The aura,
the aura,
the glow, the glow around you,
absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
And all these three things, they go together
absolutely.
Like super tight. That's because I believe man is made up of the physical, the spiritual, and the mind. You know what I'm saying? So all three of these things need to be worked on to improve, ourselves and to be a strong individual. You know what I'm saying? So definitely the working out is great. It just stamina. I mean, it clear mind. It also helps you with clarity, like I said, but also in the midst of a fight or a chat, not like a fight, but like
I'm about to say like like of course you want of course you know what I'm saying, being physically fit help you like hit the 1-2s real quick. So
that uppercut,
bow, got you.
So. But yeah, in the midst of a challenge or when you need to, a person needs to step up and it's showtime. You need to put forth that effort. It's sink or swim, ride or die, whatever that is. Like training and working out, it helps you to prepare yourself for those type of situations and helps you to finish, complete and give forth 100% or 110% or whatever it may be. Like you were saying, you would set a goal for yourself and then exceed that. So in life, you are training yourself to exceed once you get to a certain point that you can even go more. And that's mentally training yourself, and the mind, tells the body what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So,
Facts. Yeah, like God damn it, keep happening where I forget my point, the thought in my mind.
It was right there.
I had it.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Damn it. Shoot. Damn, man.
You got plenty though. What else?
Okay. Let's go ahead. Like we said, exercising and everything. Like, of course, you mentioned I think lightly you mentioned like exercising your mind. And so what I do, like, whenever I exercise now, I try to make sure that I don't like be in the gym and play like 2 hours of trap music. Like, that's not really productive. Like, it's cool. I mean, it could be productive it could be seen as productive to a certain degree for me because I make beats and I can use that time to study beats. However, I'm not putting information in my mind that will help me go into super boss mode unless I'm listening to like Jay-Z or whatever. But for the most part, most music I'm listening to right now is not going to put me in boss mode, like the general music, like a boogie with the hoodie and 21 Savage or whatever. It's not gonna put me in boss mode, you know what I'm saying? Free 21 Savage, by the way, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But so instead of like me listening to trap music for an hour or two, I decided to start listening to audiobooks. So right now I'm listening to Rise and Grind by Damon Jones, and before that I was listening to 6 Months to Six Figures by Peter Voog. And so these type of like doing that, I'm not only exercising my body, but I'm exercising my mind too. And so by the time I get done with the gym, I'm like, okay, I'm physically pumped, and now I'm mentally pumped too to take on the day. And really
two birds, one stone.
You know what I'm saying? Because it really is about being as efficient and effective as possible. You want to be wise with your time and how you use it. And so yeah, man, like me combining those things together has been a supreme game changer for me, because like, I don't know, it's like, just take me into a different mode. But the last thing I really need to add to the element or to my equation is like being more disciplined and doing my spiritual, I guess you could say, exercises. You could say maybe but me praying more, me meditating more, me, asking God for guidance more, me, just being in alignment with the higher power and showing recognition to the higher power and, giving praises to the glory that the higher power gives. I need to do that more. Of course, I need to work on that more. But, it's all a process. However, like, I think if I bring all those things together fully, of course, with God, I'm unstoppable. So, for sure. But yeah, but damn, I wish I remember what I said, what I had thought before. Damn.
Yeah, no, but that's like what you were saying. That's throughout the day we should be touching all of these facets of life, or whatever you want to call it. You got the mental, the physical, and the spiritual, and the way that you described a way to enhance that or to build that part of the human body or the human being is to attack that by, like you said, listening to audiobooks, reading for the mind, getting in contact with God spiritually, or whoever you pray to or whatnot, and just getting spiritual and reaching out for a higher being and or yourself, however you do it. And then, of course, the physical, the running, the hitting the weights, swimming. There's so many different things that you can do. But, again, we should all be tying these all together throughout the day and getting things done, reaching our goals, and improving. That's the main thing. And tackling each one of these areas of life. You know what I'm saying? So...
Yeah, I'm trying to make up a saying right now. What constant education will lead to constant elevation. I just made it up, but hopefully that sounds good to somebody out there. Consistency. Yeah. I just remember what I was going to say, but like earlier about like the physical fitness. So it's something about like the physical fitness aspect that really just turns me into like warrior mode, where I'm like feel like I'm in hunter mode, where like basically when I'm done with my workout, my hardcore workouts, my weights and stuff like that, my running and stairmasters and all that. I'm done. Like now, I'm ready to hunt and kill. Not literally, of course, but like hunt and kill for
Seize the
mine.
day.
Yeah, seize the day.
Yeah.
Really like grab everything and really take on a day like as a powerful being in general. So
And you saying that, man, is the posture. That's another
yeah,
thing. Like, you know what
that's
I'm saying?
facts. True,
We've
true,
talked
true.
about it before in other podcasts, but our posture, that's why it's good to work out and to stay movement and agile and all that, because the posture, that right there, working out several times a week can stop depression, can stop
Absolutely.
anxiety and certain different things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
definitely it's good for self-confidence too,
True.
because what you're doing, what a person is doing when they say they're going to go 4 times, 3 times a week, two, one, however many times it is. But if you tell yourself that this is what you're gonna do and you commit to it
Mm-hmm.
and you achieve that over and over again, you're building great reputation with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what brings self-confidence.
True.
That's what brings,
bad.
health within. Mine does it all. It did it last time. So, but yeah, it's good for the inner man, and then it starts there. That's what I believe.
Yep.
The inner, and then that's when the physical will fall in line. Like, okay, once you get it right, like, okay, we're gonna go to the gym.
Yeah, absolute facts.
We're gonna go to the gym. We're gonna read. I'm gonna read this book, and you
Mm.
do these things that you put yourself what is the word I'm looking for? A promise, okay,
Okay.
that I promise that I'm going to do this for
Or commitment?
myself. Yeah, commitment. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So, and once you do that, then that's good for self-confidence and the reputation you have with yourself,
It's funny you said that because the guy Peter Voog, he also echoed that as well in his book, 6 months to six figures. As much as I'm plugging the book, I need to be getting the check. Peter.
Put it at the bottom. Put a link to the
yeah.
book.
I might put. I'm going to put an Amazon link. You know what I'm saying? To do it. But anyway, I would say like probably one of the biggest reasons why people lose confidence in themselves is because they can't keep their own word to themselves.
Yeah.
I would say that for sure. I think, when I was at a time where, I didn't really feel super confident about myself, it was because I was like basically continuously lying to myself and saying like, all right, I'm going to do this by this. And then I would miss a deadline and I would do this by that and miss a deadline. Or, hey, I'm going to work out 4 times a week, whatever. And then I'll mess up, whatever. But as soon as I started like to actually go by my word and do things based off of me keeping my word to myself instead of how I felt at the moment, which is very important. You got to do things off of like, you keeping word to yourself instead of how you feel. Once I started to do that, I started to become more confident in myself and more confident in my word. And so I like, all right, I did this before. I said I'm gonna do it. I did it, and I can do that again. And so one of the main things for sure is like you want to make sure that you get into a mental space where you where you know that you can do something or you can accomplish something. And the only way, or one of the main ways you can get to that point is by you keeping your word to yourself. And like once you keep doing that on a consistent basis, you'd be like, oh, I can do that for sure because you kept your word to yourself. So yeah, man, just be mindful always to keep your word to yourself.
For sure. And for those that don't really like working out or don't like reading or praying or whatnot, then you start small and, eventually, we evolve and we change. So things that we didn't like early on in life, as we get older, we really like and we have a experience with it that is an eye-opening experience and it changes our whole perception and perspective of it. So, little by little, just start small if that's what it is, or if you are ready to deep dive into it and jump into it, then do so, but we should continue to improve ourselves and to get in a position where we can bless others, give the world 100%. We're here for a limited amount of time. So, it's time to get it and improve and to give forth that energy, that blessing to others. You know what I'm saying? That's
facts. Super fast because we are all running out of time. Like we all have this finite amount of time that we're here. We don't know the end date. So that's why it's very important that you make sure that you take advantage of each and every day, that you, try to be as effective and efficient as possible and really execute every day because, we are all running out of time. Eventually your time will run up And so you don't want to just have that point of your life where the time is at your where you're at the end of your time, and then you be like, damn, I didn't do this, or have so many different regrets. So yeah, man, be mindful of that.
And even right now, man, we have so much potential. If we're here
Yeah.
right now, the potential that we have, everybody, like everybody
Absolutely.
out there is limitless. It's like
True.
whatever you really want to do, you can do it. If you can, like I watched the Impact Theory with Damon Dash. Did you see that one?
Impact Theory, Damon. No, I
Yeah,
didn't.
it's real
No.
good.
Okay,
Check
I
it
need
out,
to
man.
check. Okay, all right,
Yeah, because he
cool.
talks about like that he and it's probably what it's like Gary V and all those people that predict things that happen in the future, like with the stocks or with the way culture is going or whatever, is they picture themselves in the future. So they actually, with the mind, you can time travel into the future, like
Okay.
until today or
Yeah.
2 weeks from now or whatever. You can jump forward there, picture yourself there and your surroundings and what you can do to or snapshot it, and then you come back and you pretty much pick up the pieces and all that to get to that point. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You connect the dots and figure out how can you get to that point, because if you can imagine it, then it's only a matter of time and work to get to that point if you can imagine it. So
That's fact. It's funny you say that because this morning, whenever, which I haven't really been doing on a consistent basis, but this morning I actually did pray and actually did like a meditation. And in my meditation and my prayer, I did a full visualization of where basically, I don't want to say where I'm going because it's like where I am. So all right, let me try to explain this as much as possible. So I watched this YouTube video by this girl named Sarah Too Ill. This woman, Sarah Too Ill. She's on YouTube, and she like does like sample based beats. She uses a SP44, a really cool woman. And so anyway, she did a YouTube video showing that she was in LA. She talked about that. She manifested that. And so basically her tip was to more so shift your mind into the state of like you already have what you desire. And so what I did like this morning, I visualized that I already had what I desire. Like, all right, I already have the house in LA or on the beach or somewhere, whatever. I have my wife, she's laughing and everything. The kids are running around and everything. Like, my friends are there. Everybody's having fun, drinking, smoking, whatever, doing their thing in LA, in California, just having a good time. Everybody's like having, and like I got all the money I could desire, everything I could desire, I got there, whatever. And so that just really did a big jump to my day, whatever, and put me in the right mental state. Like, all right, I already got it. I just need, it's coming. So just me just acting how I am right now, acting like a billionaire with the billionaire mind, whatever, it's coming in due time, and not really have that mindset of I want something or I can have it one day. Like, no, I got it. And so I don't know, it's like a weird thing, but it is definitely a mental shift. And so I've been practicing that more, and I feel more empowered, I would say for sure. So practice that.
Yeah, I've heard many people say that doing that. One of my homeboys, he played Charlie. He played for the Packers, and we probably should get him on
Yeah, we
here for an
should.
interview.
Yeah,
and,
we should.
But he said like because he was a free agent at the beginning of the year, and then throughout that year, he said he pictured himself in the Super Bowl, catching interceptions and having a really good year, and basically making it to the championship and being a champion for that year. And that actually happened. But he said that he embodied that feeling and walked day to day, and he kept returning to that feeling, and he ended up getting signed by the Packers, and they ended up winning the championship that year. And he had the most tackles in that game, I think. So I've heard other people, successful people, that are on YouTube and other things saying that that's what you do, like Bob Proctor, and is that the more that you embody that feeling that you already have it now, is that it comes towards you, like you're on that frequency, that level of where you have it, and that attracts it to you, so.
We just killed that one. That was super duper fire, super duper facts. We just spit that fire facts, fire. And so yeah, man, it's very important to make sure that you're mentally good, that you're physically good, and that you are spiritually good. These are the trifectas that will help ensure that you are successful in your day to day, every day. into the rest of your life for sure.
Yeah.
Like these are the foundation. You need to make sure that these things are good, these are solid, and we're not just telling you this because this is just fluff that people say, whatever. We embody this. This is our life for real.
Experienced it, yeah.
I know we'll probably be the first to admit that we're not perfect at what we do. I mean, we're not perfect in like mastering this yet, but we are on the verge, or we definitely have a goal to master this. So I'll say that. I think I can say that for both of us confidently. Yeah.
Hey, you know I'm about that home improvement, that temple improvement. Like who was it? Tim the Two Man Taylor. I always go way back with that.
That's funny. Mr. Where's the neighbor? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh, the
neighbor couldn't see. Yeah, the neighbor could never see. But that's funny. Yeah, man. The Creative Masterminds podcast. Fire Podcast, episode 25.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're mentally good, spiritually good, and physically good. Get
All
to
three.
it.
Yeah.
Cass, go ahead and give out your socials where they can find you.
On Instagram, you can hit me up at CAS_THRIVE. And also for some info on or news on boxing and updates on the boxing game right now, you can hit me up at the Boxing Bell. And on Facebook as well, the Boxing Bell. Hit me up.
Cool. You can find me ShawnBreeze.com, at Shawn Breeze Instagram, OG Shawn Breeze Facebook, OG Shawn Breeze Twitter.
Yeah.
And Creative Masterminds on The Creative Masterminds on Instagram, The Creative Masterminds on Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, everywhere. We are there. iTunes.
Believe that. Yeah.
So yeah, man, just find us. And with that said, I think that's it. Any last words? Any last parting statements? I don't have anything.
We are working on the soundtrack for the podcast.
For
we'll
sure.
be putting that out soon, so y'all stay tuned to that.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, y'all be blessed. We'll catch y'all on the next one.
All right. Peace.